Ah, kids these days, with their serving sizes and their nutrition facts, everywhere I look. This can of corn. How could the corn betray me? Serving size, 1/2 cup. Just eat the whole can. But there are serving sizes, and we have to live with them. And so I thought, what if we cooked some things, but we used exactly a serving size of each ingredient? So that's today's challenge, and that's what we're gonna do, and we will see. How disgusting will it taste? See, I said the title. So I checked out a cookbook to look at all the different cake recipes to see what is the essence of a cake, and it seems like these are the ingredients that are going to be necessary: flour, sugar, baking powder, or baking soda. I couldn't get the baking soda container open, so it's going to be baking powder, eggs, salt, vanilla, but I can't find any vanilla that has a serving size on it, which is extremely dangerous. How am I supposed to know how much vanilla I need to have my daily dose of vanilla? But I found this light corn syrup, which contains real vanilla. So we're going to use that, and this is going to be a chocolate cake. So we have chocolate syrup, and depending on how I feel, we might add cocoa powder as well. So there we are. Let's start out with we're gonna start out with washing our hands, because that's very important whenever you're cooking. We're starting with eggs. Obviously, the serving size of eggs is 1 egg. What the heck? What? Are these eggs expired? As usual, there's no expiration date on the things I'm trying to see if I can eat. Huh. Alright. Let's make things a little more fun, huh? Let's get something sugary. The serving size here, wow, that smells like chocolate. The serving size here is 2 tablespoons. Oh, I don't have enough hands. Obviously, it's not going to be exact measurements. Even though it should be. This is the episode where it should be, and must be. But it is not. Come on, get in there. Don't be so clingy. Alright. And now it's clinging to the bowl instead. That's a problem for future me. Baking soda. Is this... Wait. Okay, I do have baking soda. I guess it's baking powder that I don't have. I'm gonna get some baking powder. The baking powder says best if used by December 10th, 2020. We don't really do a lot of baking in this household, but that will change soon. This says best by 2024. You know what? There's another thing in there, doesn't even have a serving size on it. I don't know what's with all these things. I mean, it doesn't even have an expiration date. So, like, if I just want to grab a handful and just eat an exact serving size, as is healthy to, I can't because it's expired. How much salt do we need? 1/4 teaspoon. This measurer does not have 1/4 teaspoons. Let me get another one. Now, one of the staples of making a cake, flour. I had to go to the store and look at some of the bags of flour to see what the serving size is. It's a 1/4 cup, by the way. So good I knew that. I really wish that my parents would label all of the white powders in our house, but this one is flour. It's definitely flour. And we're just going to do a bit of mixing. This looks disgusting. Look at that. But it'll look better once we have all the ingredients in their exact proportions. I promise. Sugar. 2 teaspoons of sugar. 1 teaspoon. The 2nd teaspoon. What do I still need to do? I don't remember. Oh yes, the corn syrup. Let's do the corn syrup last. Baking soda. 1/8 teaspoon. That's all you need for all your baking needs, and it will bake. Why won't the flour? I need the flour to get in the mixture. It's just hanging on the walls. There's not really enough liquid on here. I would have added milk, but you know, there wasn't even like half of the cakes that actually like required milk. And you know, I'm making a cake. I'm not making some other thing. And you know, there is no serving size for water. Well, I guess there's like 8 glasses a day. But, you know, I don't think that's meant to be all at once. And also, I think that's kind of inaccurate phrasing, because I think a lot of those glasses of water are meant to be part of the food you consume. Because there is water in food. There's water in lots of things. Alright, that's much better. It's still kind of like kind of grainy, but I feel like that's okay. I feel like that's from the egg, maybe? Alright, and now we're gonna do our vanilla substitute. I don't think we're gonna do the cocoa powder, or, excuse me, baking cocoa. I just, you know, this already, it's chocolate. It's gonna be chocolate. Wow, this has an expiration date that hasn't passed. It's a miracle. I opened it! Another miracle. Things really do happen if you believe. Is there even 2 tablespoons in here? You can see it dribbling in. Ugh. You know what? Honestly, no, I'm not going to question the process. I'm not going to question the process. Whoa, I couldn't even tell that was there. I can't even tell how much there is. Right, and now this bottle is very sticky, but I think that's just part of regular life for being a bottle of corn syrup. Did you see that? Did you see the? Oh man. Well, it's okay. Nobody's eating this cake except for me. That's why it's only one serving of cake. I'm supposed to be cooking actual dinner today. I need to make tacos. Okay, that's just fine. That's just fine. I don't know how to put this back together. Luckily, I have good parents who love me no matter what I do. You know, I know that all of the cake recipes required vanilla, but this seems like okay. Mixing time. Some people might use an electric mixer, but I'm not most people. I'm scared of electric mixers. Look at that. It is so smooth. So when I was looking in the cookbook, literally every recipe was like, put in the oven for 25 to 30 minutes. Put in the oven for 25 to 30 minutes. Obviously, there is no serving size for an oven. I looked up how long do you need to cook flour before it is safe to eat. But all it said was like internal temperature of 160 degrees Fahrenheit, which is not a unit of time. But you know, all of the things are saying, you know, 20, 25, 30, 35 minutes. However, since we have so little batter, I think it's probably going to take faster, because it's kind of like cupcakes. And the one cupcake recipe that I looked at said 15 to 20 minutes. That's probably good. And obviously, we'll do the toothpick test. We'll see if it comes out clean. You know what? I'm gonna check the cookbook again and see if there's any other cupcake recipes. Okay, this cookbook has been really inconclusive because there are different times for the different recipes. So you know, I think we're just gonna. I used too much cooking spray. I think we're just gonna go and We're gonna make some cupcakes. We're gonna put it in there for 20 minutes. We'll just check on it a lot. Alright, I think we're gonna have 2 cupcakes, maybe a third very, very small one. Oh, I spilled everywhere. I'm like scraping the bottom of the bowl, but it's not really doing anything. I don't want to waste any batter because we've got so little. But you know, maybe this will be gross. So you know, it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine, and we'll, yeah. So I'm gonna preheat the oven and stuff, and yeah. So the cake is ready. I could have put it on a plate, but you know, this is fine. And now it's time to make a rating. Just like kind of looking at it and kind of squishing it. The texture is wrong. This is not how cake is meant to be. It's like, it's just bouncy. I don't know what that means, but you know, that's okay. Alright, enough. I gotta make a rating. I feel like, I mean, it's cake and it's got chocolate in it, but I'm not like super crazy about cake. So I'm gonna say like, I think it's gonna be a 5. It's just gonna be, you know, middle of the road. Except, you know, less than the middle of the road, because 0 on this scale is like something decent. Alright, let's dig in. This is the ideal way to eat cake. There's something I'm tasting, but it's not chocolate. You know, you would think chocolate would be the biggest flavor in this chocolate cake, but it's not. It's just kind of like, tastes kind of like sour? I mean, there is sweetness in there. Well, it definitely did follow the serving size rules. But how disgusting does this taste? Ugh. I think this is like the first actually disgusting thing that I've made. This is like, I'm feeling 7. Actually 8. Where's the chocolate? I should have put the cocoa powder in. I mean, the cake is brown. I should have done like melted chocolate chips, except we don't have any melted chocolate. We don't have any chocolate chips. Not that that would have helped, because I don't like chocolate chips, because all the chocolate chips are always semi-sweet. They're not milk chocolate. I just want milk chocolate. I just want only sweetness. Alright, well, this, it's an 8. It's an 8. And I'm eating it right out of the cupcake pan. Why? Would the experience be improved if it was on a plate? No. Yeah, it's an 8. We're gonna try it with some frosting. And the serving size of this frosting is 2 tablespoons. So we're just kind of gonna. Why is this frosting frozen solid? Man, yeah, this is not a good one. There we go. Huh. Well, it's tolerable with frosting, because you can pretend that it's regular cake. The frosting kind of conceals it. Very dry. Well, I guess, yeah. My family will help me dispose of these. Well, that was an adventure. That was, Next up, we're going to make pancakes/waffles. The ingredients list for pancakes and for waffles is exactly the same, proving once and for all that everyone who argues about which one is better is stupid. The ingredients are mix, serving size 1/3 cup, vegetable oil, serving size 1 tablespoon, a whole cup of milk, and egg. And now we stir. So now it's time for the all-important question. Are you gonna make waffles or pancakes? This question is actually kind of important in this context, because if we're making waffles, then we're gonna use a waffle iron, and if we're making pancakes, we're gonna use the griddle. Personally, I'm afraid of the waffle iron and the griddle, so I'm gonna use this frying pan. There we go. There we go. It's beautiful. So it's kind of crisping up around the sides. It still seems kind of liquidy and it's firming up in the middle and on the edges, but in between that, it's still liquidy. I think we're gonna try to flip it. Oh. Interesting. There's just random milk. Let me you think you're supposed to, grease the frying pan first? Oh, that's much better. That's very good. Doesn't really smell like pancakes or waffles, which smell exactly the same because they're the same thing. But you know, I don't know what I'm doing. Why is one half of it so much more cooked than the other? Oh boy. It's too big. Ah! Wow. It's so beautiful. Quiet, you! See, I think the pan is not entirely, like, even, so it kind of, like, sloped, so there was more batter on one part than another. Also, there was more batter than I expected. It's like the size of a crepe. This little blob here that won't, you know, I mean, there was a lot more milk proportionally. So is this just like extra milk kind of curdling? Ooh, it does smell like pancakes. Why are you so disgusting looking? Well, that's a fun noise. I think some of this might be done. Let's get a plate. We're gonna have to take it off in pieces. See, you're burnt to a crisp. Stop. And we are done. So we're just gonna wait for this to cool off and then try it out. So the first rating, just looking at this, and did it just move? You know, just smelling it and everything, I think it's gonna be pretty good. I mean, it just seems like kind of gonna be a mediocre pancake. Let's say a 2. How disgusting will it taste? 2. there seem to be some parts that are still kind of liquidy, so if I die, it's your fault. Let's go. Mmm. It tastes like eggs. That's very interesting. And it's very good and kind of creamy. You can barely even taste the burntness. Yeah, there's a pancakey taste. Honestly, I don't think there's anything bad about this. Except maybe I'll like grease the pan next time or something. 'Cause it got kind of stuck. Maybe probably would have ended up differently if I hadn't just dumped the whole thing in there. If I had made like individual little things, like waffles or pancakes. I keep thinking, it's just one serving size of every ingredient. Surely it's just going to be a serving size of the meal. Then it's a lot. Yeah, this is good. I'm giving it a 0. I like it. See, doing stupid things does sometimes pay off. Alright, yeah. First rating 2, second rating 0. And I'm gonna eat this whole thing because it's my breakfast.